Hi, and welcome back to my channel. And if you are new, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to do a get ready with me and first impressions video on all of the goodies that I got from the Sephora VIB sale. I'm not using all of the products, but I'm going to do a full face of the new products that I received using as many of the products that I got from the sale in this video. So come along and let's see what will happen. The first thing I'm going to use is, I am going to likely completely butcher this name. It's the YSL Touche Eclat Blur Primer. And I picked this one because there's little gold flecks in it. And who doesn't want to be fancy? I started the whole day using new products. I washed my hair with the Living Proof Anti-Frizz shampoo and conditioner because I received that as a sample. And then I used the Banana Bright eye cream from Ole Henriksen. Now I'm going to put on this primer. And it comes with a little paddle applicator. So I'll just put this all over. It smells pretty good. It smells almost like perfume. Very, very smooth texture. And then I've already put on the Urban Decay Primer Potion on my eyelids. While I was at Sephora during the sale, I received a sample of the Makeup Forever foundation in R230. So hopefully this matches. I feel like the lighting in Sephora, it's really hard to just do kind of a spot test to match a foundation. There's been quite a few times when I've been in there to match something and it might look okay on my face or on my arm, and I get home and it's way different from what I thought it would be. For example, this one I picked out and I thought it was much darker at the store. And now that I've got it home, it looks very, very light. One of these days, I'll actually go get matched with their foundation IQ thing. Oh dear. Yeah, this is way too light. But what I do have, to kind of darken this, I'm going to use some Makeup Forever Ultra HD Perfector, the Blurring Skin Tint. And I have that in 8. Which is really dark for me. So I'm just gonna mix those two and then apply. I think this should be better. Okay, yeah, this is way too light. So next time I'm in there, I'll make sure that I have someone else help me. Yeah, it's showing up really light on camera too. It's not quite as light in person, but it's very light. So wrong shade. I'm gonna add a little bit more of this darker skin tint. Okay, so that did help to put the skin tint over top, just to add a little bit more color back onto my face. So I do want to try this Makeup Forever foundation, so I'm going to go back and get an actual color match sample a little bit later. And for concealer, I'm just using the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. Okay, and so I'm going to just set my under eyes with a little bit of powder. So a couple of my purchases I was going to make with the VIB sale was I was going to get the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder because I have never tried it before, but I hear a lot of people rave about it. Even my mom really likes to use this setting powder, and she's gone through an entire jar of it. I wanted to actually give it a chance and try it for myself. And I also, in my cart, had the Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper, which is one of my absolute favorites. And I had both of them in the cart, and of course, like I always do, I go back and I start looking through the sales. And in the sales was the Sephora Favorites Superstars kit, which had a full-size tattoo liner and a mini sample of the translucent setting powder, along with a whole bunch of other items. So I took the powder and the liner out of my cart and replaced it with the Superstars. I'm actually really happy to try that because there's about 13 items in there and 4 of them are full size. So the cost of the full size is way more than what I paid for it. I only paid $40 for the whole kit for 13 items and 4 full size product. I thought that was a great deal. So anyway, back to setting. Okay, and for my bronzer today, I am going to use the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. This was not new from the VIB sale, but it's been new to me this summer. It was on sale at Marshall's. I believe it was $3.99 for that little, the smaller size little bronzer. So I picked that up, of course. Ooh, this comes out much deeper than my Physicians Formula, which I'm used to using. Okay, and then the blush I have is, again, it is not a new product from the VIB sale, but it was one of the products from the birthday, this year's birthday present. It's the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in Party. Okay, so the next item is the highlighter. This is new to me from the Sephora Favorites Superstar kit, and this is the Becca highlighter in Champagne Pop. So just a beautiful gold color. And that certainly does make my cheeks pop. I have the Prosecco Pop in the cream formula, and now I have the Champagne Pop. This was also another reason why I picked up that Sephora Favorites kit, because I have always wanted to get my hands on the Champagne Pop, but I just cannot justify paying $38 for one highlighter. So having it in the kit again with 4 other full-size products, even though it's a mini, I know I will not go through this anytime soon. So now I've actually got a Champagne Pop to add to my collection. So I'm gonna add a little bit more of this setting powder before I do my eyes, because, and I probably should have thought ahead with this, but I picked up the Norvina palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills during the VIB sale, and I know from reviews that it does have a lot of fallout. So I'm gonna put some extra powder on my cheeks to hopefully prevent a lot of the shadows from kind of messing up my face makeup that I've already applied. And if I'm trying to put a lot of like powders and stuff on my eyes, I found that this Tarte brush that has a sponge on one end and then a brush on the other is really nice to actually apply that. So I'll put the powder on with the sponge side, and then when I'm done, I just take the brush side and I can wipe it away. So I don't know if that was the intended purpose for that brush, but it has become the purpose for me. Here is the new palette. And I'm very excited to open this one. It's gorgeous. It's purple. As soon as I saw this was going to be coming out, it was screaming my name. I emptied out all the other palettes that were in my Sephora and Ulta shopping carts because I knew I had to get my hands on this one. And so as I open it up, and to me it's really exciting to open up a new palette, and then I put this aside actually. I don't actually throw it away. I like to keep everything very pristine, which is something that drives my husband crazy. I will leave a sticker on like the sticker on my phone. One year I left it for about a year and it drove him absolutely bonkers just because he knew it was there, not because it was getting peeled up or anything. It was the fact he knew it was there and it drove him bonkers. I'm also the person who does not open my books all the way so that I don't crease the spine. Yes, it's weird. It is slightly anal retentive, but that is who I am. That gives you a little glimpse into some of my personality quirks. And you could go through many of my palettes that I have in my collection. Many will still have the plastic film. Almost all will still have the plastic over the mirror because I generally don't use my palette for applying the makeup. And there are still that are still in boxes. So, lay off me. It's who I am. If you are like this, please let me know and we will unite in our pristine packaging little support group. Anyway, going back to the palette, it is gorgeous. See, I can't even fold it back to completely reveal it. I've seen so many people where they'll fold back the top of the palette to show all the colors. I can't. It'll crease the top and I just don't want to do that. Anyway, here are all the shades. Comes with a nice brush in a plastic sleeve. I will remove that because I do like the brushes that come with the palettes from Anastasia. So I will actually remove the sleeve for the brush. There's something about a new palette. I can just sit and like stare at all the colors. I don't even want to touch them. I just like to look at the colors, look at the shape inside the pan. It's an obsession, but I don't care. So anyway, now I will actually start on applying the makeup. First thing I did is I applied the Urban Decay Primer Potion to my eyelids. I've let that set now for a couple minutes. First color I'm gonna go into is Base. It's a nice cream color, and I'll use the brush that was provided to apply this all over the lid. And they are not joking when they say there is a lot of fallout. I have to remember to use the lightest hand to apply. So I think that's another reason why I could just stare at these palettes without touching them, because as soon as now I've touched it, there's powder everywhere. Okay, from there, I am going to apply Love in my crease. So Love is the pretty pink color down here. And I'm going to use the same fluffy blending brush. Okay, one little comment about the brush that is included in the palette. It is a little stiff. Just from the first impression, I would think it would be a little softer since it is kind of a thick blending brush, but it seems to be a little thick. I am not upset with that. It's just something I've noticed. So it will distribute the color a little more precise rather than kind of just blowing out the entire crease. If you're looking to have a brush that is going to really give kind of a fluffy, just overall coating in the crease, this one is not as fluffy as I would expect, so probably a larger brush would work, but it is pretty nice. That's just from the initial impression I'm getting as I'm applying this pink color. I do though think it's very pretty on the eye. I like this love color. So once again, you can see just from barely tapping, there is quite a bit of color that has been lifted. And next, I'm gonna go into Soul, which is the periwinkle color. And I'm gonna apply that just underneath the pink towards the edge. Next, I'm going to apply Wild Child, which is the glittery pink right here. And I'm going to apply that all over my lid. And to blend the two colors, Wild Child and then Soul, I'm going to use Celestial, which is the glittery purple right here. And I'm going to use that to blend those two colors together. And again, I'm using more of the shader brush from the palette. And then I'm going to go back in and apply Wild Child again. Okay, and just for a little pop of color, I'm going to apply Dreamer on my inner corner. I'm going to extend Wild Child across. And then with the same brush, I'm going to connect it with some Love. So there we go. There is the finished eye look. I'm just going to wipe off some of this excess powder. I will be back after I apply some mascara and liner and also kind of clean up my eyebrows. Okay, so surprise, I did not apply mascara yet because the mascara is a new product to me that I picked up in the VIB sale, and I wanted to give that a shot on camera, let you know my thoughts and opinions. This was recommended to me after I did my entire Lash Stash review, and so I have had it in my shopping cart waiting for the sale just to see how it compares to many of the other mascaras that I have tried. Maybe it will actually become my new holy grail. So I'm going to curl my lashes and then I'm going to apply this new... My baby's here with me. She woke up from nap a little early, so she might join us a little later, or she will be giving us her commentary from the side. But anyway, this is the Hourglass Caution Extreme Lash Mascara. So I will curl my lashes and then apply that mascara. I'm going to quickly apply a little bit of liner to my lower lash, and this is the Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Crayon, and it was also in the Sephora favorites. Okay, now onto this mascara. And first off, the tube is gigantic. It looks big. It's a triangular shape, so it's a little bit different from most other mascaras. And then it has just a really pretty package, sleek gold with only the words Hourglass and Caution with the Extreme Lash Mascara are on the exterior of the packaging. I like that. It keeps it really pristine and makes it look very rich and classy. very weighty in the hand. So when I open it up, oh, this is really different from what I was expecting. The wand, the brush head on the wand is much smaller than I thought it would be. I was expecting a giant brush with giant bristles, but this is a much smaller. It does have the more natural bristles rather than the silicone. So I am very happy to see that that is what this brush head looks like. So as we apply, no real scent except for like mascara scent, if that makes sense, just almost a paint scent. So I will apply. Let me get this giant clump off first. Here we go. I actually like a smaller brush head when my eyelashes are really curly, then it will prevent the mascara from getting on my eyelids and me having to clean everything up after. So first impression right now is that it is a dry formula. I'm not getting a lot of material on my lash, but my eyelashes are keeping a gorgeous curl. What I'm hoping is that it will be very buildable so I can put a couple coats on and not worry about my lashes straightening. Yeah, I already have to dip in again, which is something I don't normally have to do with some of my other more volumizing mascaras. Hi. Hi. Yeah. Are you gonna come here? Okay, now I'm applying the second coat, and I'm applying this as I normally would, kind of going above and below the lashes. Hi, my angel. And my eyelashes are straightening quite a bit. This seems to be a lengthening formula. I don't know if I would necessarily call it a volumizing formula. Right now my lashes are clumping quite a bit. So there's 2 coats. And yeah, it does seem to dry in between coats. Whereas some other mascaras that I'm used to using, they do not dry down completely like this has. So it's making it a little bit harder to apply a secondary coat. That is a really dry formula. So I am on the fence right now about this. It is giving me really nice length, you can see. But for that price tag, I think it will come down to how comfortable it wears on whether or not I think that the $29 price tag is worth it for something that dries so quickly, and the curl, it's pretty straight right now. So I will have to check back. I will have to check back in with this later to give my final thoughts and opinions on whether or not I'm going to keep this. Right now, I don't know. It's not knocking my socks off. And going on, I'm going to set my face before I apply lipstick. And from the kit was the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Another thing I needed to restock, but I got in the kit. So let me just set my face with this, and then I will apply powder. And now I'll apply some of the Laura Mercier powder. Okay, so I am set. For my lips today, in the Sephora Favorites Superstars kit was the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in Pure Hollywood. This is a little bit lighter than what I normally tend to wear, but I will go with it. I'm hoping it kind of matches the over my eyelid and then brow bone color. Yeah, so not my favorite color. Where did my lips go? But I did have a backup for this. I knew this would probably be very, very light for me. So in the play box that I ordered, where I got the eye cream, there was also this Bite Beauty Prismatic Multi-Stick in Rose Pearl. So it says that you can use it on your eyes, your cheeks, your lips. I'm going to use it on my lips to give just a little bit of dimension on my lips, because this lip color, it's just not what I prefer. Way too light. My lips are completely gone. They match the rest of my face. So let's put a little bit of this to bring them back. Yeah. And that did help somewhat. Pretty much just gave a little bit of a pinky highlight onto my lips. Let me grab a gloss so that I'm not completely washed out. Actually, I'm going to use the Becca Liquid Crystal Lip Topper Glow Gloss in Topaz Gilt to add a little shine. There we go. So my lips are pretty shiny now, going along with this pink look. So as I take my hair down, there we go. So here is the final look, using all or as much of the new makeup that I got during the VIB sale as I could. I think it turned out pretty lovely. I really like the Norvina palette and just the pink and purple eyeshadows that were in it. I'm still on the fence right now about this Hourglass mascara. I probably have to wear it a time or two to really get my thoughts and opinions on whether or not it's a keeper and if I would recommend it. It is relatively soft to touch, so that is a good thing. I'll see how it wears throughout the day, and then also I'll probably keep wearing it this weekend to see if it fares any better. But right now my number one is the Too Faced BTS, and Hourglass. For that price tag, you should be knocking my socks off, like either the Lancome Hypnose Drama or even the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir. So right now I am on the fence, which is not great for such a high-end product, but I will give my final thoughts and opinions probably in another update video. So come here. So Angel Baby did not want to be excluded from the final part of this video. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Mwah. Mwah.